Monday, podcast number 2.
Hello, Tim Ferriss here.
Joe Logan. Hey. Yo, do you have any goals for this podcast? Content?
Yes.
Anything that you want to talk about?
I don't know.
Or discuss, cover?
Life,
eh? What did you do with last week?
I did a lot in the weekend. During the week.
What did you end up doing?
Sales, get new stores, visit accounts. I had a meeting with an employee, trying to hire them for a different job. And then this weekend, I did a tasting on Friday, hung out with my friends at night. And then on Saturday, same sort of thing. And on Sunday, took the day off. I decided to do what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I went skydiving.
Did you actually go?
I went skydiving.
Shut up.
I swear, I went skydiving.
You didn't record it.
I know, on purpose.
You didn't snap it, record it, or anything.
I know, on purpose.
Why?
I don't want to show the world yet.
Why not?
Why not?
How much it cost you?
It was like $300.
Holy shit.
There-
Over admission?
This nav is for literally 20 minutes, 15 minutes from our house.
Did you make an appointment? You showed up, or what
I
happened?
just showed up.
And what was the process like?
I was like,
So
okay.
first off, everybody needs to know that you've been skydiving before, right? So tell us the journey here.
So I went to Cape Town, and I went skydiving there.
Yeah.
It was a really fun experience. I met this guy. His name was JJ. He was a full sponsored skydive athlete.
Yeah.
And I jumped with him. He got me hyped. And he's like, "You'd be the perfect skydiver." And I had a lot of fun. So I decided that I'm going to become a skydiver.
From that point on, you decided that this is what you want to pursue.
It's what I wanted to pursue, and I feel like it was like a decent hobby to have.
Okay, but then you did it in Cape Town, and then how did you just figure that you wanted to do it? What, did you do it yesterday or the day before or what?
I've been thinking about doing it for a while. Like, remember I mentioned in the last podcast?
Prove that you did it. I don't believe you.
There's a sheet in my truck. I'll show you.
okay, I can't believe you. You know what?
And I keep telling myself, like, I have a reminder on my phone.
Yeah.
It's like you can set up an appointment. Call them. We're open 7 days a week. Set up an appointment. And I wanted to do it last Sunday, but I got too busy with work. So I decided to do this Sunday. And
oh, that's when you went and you came back home. You're a legend.
yeah,
Who'd you jump with?
this guy named Taylor.
White dude?
Yeah.
There's-
This experience was completely different.
Why?
Because the last experience was all fun. This experience was more serious and more intense. Because his job was to teach me how to skydive.
Why? It was like a lesson or something or what?
Yeah, it's a lesson. It's called Tandem Level 2. So you have to do 3 tandems. I've done 2 already.
Yeah.
To start your AFF program, which is Advanced Freefall program.
Uh-huh.
And it takes you through how to set up your suit, how to jump, and eventually jump solo with trainers.
Yeah.
And eventually you can jump solo.
So you jumped out of this plane with this Taylor guy.
Yes.
You went through the process of how to jump by yourself or how to jump with someone else?
How to jump with someone else and by yourself.
And then what are you going to have to do after this? You've done these 3 tandems, you're going to go with this AF whatever program, but this program, how long is it and like what does it actually entail?
It's multiple levels, and it slowly increase like your skill level. So the one class is like 8 hours. Is all to do with like the theory involved.
It's crazy. Do you think that, you know, you say you didn't have time that last Sunday, do you think that people don't have time just generally in regards to pursue their hobbies? Or because the thing is, I was thinking about this too. You know where Manpreet lives, right? They all are asleep from Saturday morning. Every Saturday morning from freaking till about 9 o'clock in the morning, they're all asleep. 10 o'clock in the morning, they're all dead asleep. They don't wake up, they're sheep. There's like 100, 250 people living in this damn cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
They don't wake up till like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Obviously, sometimes people, they wake up later because it's Saturday, it's a day off, right?
Yeah.
So they go to work 9 to 5 and they don't wake up Saturdays. And there's nothing wrong against that, right? But it's just not, they're like employees. They're all generally just employees. Obviously, some of them have their own businesses, right? And they're the ones that would have like their freaking van parked in the front with the ladder on it, whatever, which is, props off to them. But they're the employees, and then they have a schedule, right? And because they have a schedule, they're able to pursue all these other things in life that other people who are either don't have a regular schedule or are aren't able to make their own schedule or have other priorities which are the number one priority, such as like your business, where in our circumstances that's what happens, and they're unable to schedule in hobbies and stick to them. That makes it really difficult.
So you're saying Manpreet's area, they're unable to...
Well, it's just a cul-de-sac. Any residential cul-de-sac
No, of
here.
course. So you're
Yeah.
saying they have more time to pursue their hobbies?
Yeah, that's what I'm generally thinking. It's because they're able to schedule it in. It is obviously we're able to schedule in, and for me to say that we're not able to schedule in is me cop out. Like I obviously can make a schedule and stick to it.
Yeah.
But the thing is that back in the brain, I know that number one person, in regards to what I do, it's my responsibility. There's no one else that I can lean on.
Of
right?
course.
If you're an employee, you're a number two and down. There's obviously a number one up there that you can say, yo, it's on you.
100%.
Or like, I can't do this. Sorry, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I get what you're saying. I feel like it's twofold. We are business owners, basically owners, operators. Those people you need in terms of running your business. You said they're like sheep, right? So they fulfill that need. Like, I've thought about that way because, like, not everybody can be owner operator. But how do you get employees to do that job for you?
You can't.
You can get
Well,
them.
you can.
I don't know if you can, but you can get them to cover the parts that you don't have to do. You just have to realize the parts that you can't do.
Well, yeah, exactly. You're right. Just like what Gary Vee says, focus on the main things that you're able to do and what you enjoy, and everything else that you're just not good at, just outsource it or get someone else to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's essentially it.
Yeah. And to continue on the first point is you said you don't have time. I feel like you have to let go of what you're doing, like in terms of owning and operating, and just do it. Because like, there's already fires. Like, I've done this a couple of times where I was like, oh, screw it. I'll just deal with it later, and I want to do what I want to do. It's like, in that moment, what makes you happier? Or like, do you really want to do it? The reason why I like skydiving is because it makes you feel like you're in the moment. Because when you're jumping out of a plane, you're jumping out of a plane. You're going out of your rhythm. You're going out of your rhythm, though.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Because you feel like the world is real.
No, it makes
Once
sense.
you hit the ground, it's like shit,
It makes sense.
right?
It's crazy.
It's like you're driving your car, and you do that every day. It's like a simulation. Like you don't, you don't realize.
You do things out of the norm.
Yeah, so you kind of like reset your brain.
Yeah. Is that why you like it, or do you like it because of what it is? Because obviously there's like that feeling that you get of doing that euphoric sensation of jumping, yelling, and not being in your senses. But there's also the aspect of like, okay, you're going in an airplane. There's like utility behind it. You're putting this on, the parachute, and like how it glides through the air or whatever, and just technical aspect of it. Do you appreciate it from that perspective? Because I don't think you do. You just appreciate it because you like it.
It's both.
Okay.
It's both. In Cape Town, when I went skydiving, like I said, it's fun. And I felt like I was flying.
Yeah.
Like, that's legit, like, amazing feeling.
Uh-huh.
You can't get that feeling anywhere else. Right?
That's crazy.
So, but when I went last time, like when I went yesterday, I was there to train. So the guy was taking it very seriously, and I honestly didn't do it properly. So I have to go do it again.
Yeah.
Right?
So when coming back to the sheep thing, right?
Yes.
You met an employee, right? So to have a potential possibility of hiring them on and bringing them on, and you said that you do want to bring them on, right?
Yes.
And do you take those things into consideration when you're hiring? Because like I do, for perspective, like I know that majority of people who are pursuing a job here at Man Farms or have a certain type of pattern or life perspective. They're somewhere in their life which majority of other people are already in, and because of that, I can speak to them with a different psychology, right? For example, if there's employees here that work for marketing, one of them is married, and then one of them isn't married, right? And one of them lives on her own with her spouse. Other one lives at home with her parents, right? So that both of those things really gauge how they make their decisions in regards to how much money they want to get paid, how often they want to come to work, what time of day they're willing to be at work, what time of day they're not willing to be at work. And right now, what I'm managing, maybe five employees, right, 4 or 5 employees in the marketing side of things, which are the foreign workers, which is a different ball game, right, a totally different pattern, but that's easy for me to understand. But later on, when it's like 30, 40, 50, it's going to get way more difficult, right? So obviously you have to have managers which are playing doing these things. But like that's what I take into consideration. I'm not sure if you do or don't. Because that's obviously probably one of my biggest things. Is just to be empathetic towards where that employee is in their perspective. And then also for them to be empathetic in regards to what Man Farms needs of them. That's it.
Yeah, you're trying to figure out, like, for yourself to see how they can help you grow the business. And you're trying to put them in the right spot to do that. Is that kind of how to sum it up?
Yeah, like selfishly what they want from Man Farms, and selfishly what we want from Man Farms.
Yes.
And then it's my job to see exactly how I can provide that to them, with us as being Man Farms getting that service in return. And just being fair.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we're like, some employees, I feel like they may just hire someone, put them in the position, and be like, oh, I'm paying you this money, come in this time, you're my slave. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to, because like, for example, everybody in marketing, they make their own schedule. They come in when they want. They leave when they want, right? Yeah. But then we have to-do lists of stuff that needs to get done. Each person has their own to-do list, and then we have a big macro to-do list to look at. We have meetings once a week, and they all know these are the things that need to get done, these are deadlines we need to meet. Regardless of when they do it, they just need to get it done. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And they didn't communicate with me, on a daily basis or however often they need to be based off the changes that happen. Yeah. I don't know if that's something you take into consideration or you haven't even thought about that.
No, I've taken into consideration.
Okay.
When I hired this previous employee, the reason why I hired them is to open up a different part of the business, the wine business. Like I'm right now, I'm doing liquor stores, obviously retail, but I want to expand to restaurants.
Sure.
And this person, they've already worked in the industry. Yeah. And she's been proactive, like in terms of what stores to hit up, how to close a deal, how to get in touch with the customer.
Sure.
And they went above and beyond and wanted to become an administration person. Yeah. And they also told me, like, you know how we're disorganized here?
Sure, to an extent.
No, like, we're disorganized in terms of the people who are working in the front office. Like the people
floor staff
on the till, like they're super disorganized.
Yeah, they are 100%.
We just throw people in there, and we expect them to learn on themselves.
Shoot the sharks.
Yeah, I've heard this from a lot of different employees. So this person, she's like, if you guys are not going to train the employees, like she was getting pissed off. If you guys are not going to do it, I'll do it myself. Like that's what she was, and like that's what you want from an employee.
Sure.
Right. Obviously, you can't just be like, okay, do it, but you need someone who is passionate about that and can do it. Like I don't want to hire someone for I don't want to hire someone and invest myself into that person if they're not going to be a long-term employee.
I understand. You feel like they're passionate about the job, they're emotionally investing themselves in the position before they're even inside of it? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, and they I can selfishly get what I want from that person.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you're talking about core employees, like in terms of marketing side of things. You also need auxiliary employees, per se. I think that's the right term. That when you need to do the specific job at that specific time, and you're not investing in that person, like they're expendable.
Oh, of course.
Right. So that was a bit like farmers markets, like
of course,
a second farmers market.
Yeah. They're just there to do a specific job. That's their relationship. That's all they want from Man Farms, and that's all they want from them. That's 100% agree. Yeah, 100%. And majority of the people are like that come here.
100%.
Majority, I'd say 90-something%.
Yeah. As a business owner operator, it's your job to find out which one of those employees can work with for you long term.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's the people who actually see that Man Farms, their position has some sort of path. There's some sort of
100%.
direction here.
100%.
Or there's something that they're doing here that directly relates to what they like or what their passion is, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a really big thing right there.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Frick, I had another topic. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah. You want to know another thing I did last night?
Well, I have some things I did. Go ahead.
I was listening to a podcast on the way here because I went. I didn't do anything all day. I had like a nap.
Yeah.
At like 6, like maybe 4 p.m. Woke up at like at 6, and then I went to the farm at like 9.
Sure.
And on the way to the farm, I listened to Gary Vee.
Yeah.
And he was like, everybody needs to put out more content. They need to blog. They need to do all this stuff.
That's what you said, content?
Right? No, but listen, I did put in those 3 hours. I came home like 12:30. I was in bed by like 1:30, 2 o'clock. And I put a reminder in my phone that I was going to write a blog that day of what I did this day.
Sure.
And like 3 a.m., I thankfully remembered. So on Facebook, if you open it up and go to my page, I wrote my first blog.
You wrote a blog?
Like, what's a blog? It's like a paragraph.
It just doesn't matter what it is.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Just a piece of writing, yeah.
Right? So, like, the reason also when I went skydiving is, like, you get rid of your fears.
Sure.
Like, writing that blog, it was scary, but, like, you already know you handled something else.
This guy got 11 likes, 12 likes.
Yeah, and this morning I opened up, already had 4 likes. Bill Backen commented, like, Lily Laus commented, and it's not just likes, they hearted it, too. Right? So, that's like authentic
Go
content.
back and Pooji and Amrit.
Yeah, that's like authentic content, you know?
That's hype.
Right, so.
I'm gonna set up the wine page for Instagram and you have to run that then.
Sure.
But you said you would though, right? We
I'm
talked
down.
about this last time.
I'm down. I'll figure it out.
It's been a week.
I figured it out. I feel like my
it's now or never. Later on, they're gonna get too busy for us to set that up, so I can have Delana set that up now.
No, I understand. I feel like just in my mind, I have high expectations. I feel like I gotta lower them, and reach my high expectations later on. Anyways, that's for me specifically. Tell us about your week and weekend.
I think the high expectations get met slowly over time.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't just all of a sudden think that you're freaking.
I know. But like when people open the Instagram page, they want 10,000 likes right away, you know?
Well, obviously.
Yeah, so that's why a lot of people fail.
This guy's a clout chaser. Okay, but I met with Tom that Monday, I think. Yeah, it was. I think I met him around 12:30.
Yeah.
12:31. That was pretty dope. And then so I went to his house. He fed me a lot of food. He's like, "You guys always feed me when you guys show up here, so now it's time for you to eat." So he fed me all his food. His mom started making more food, brought more different cookies and jams and jellies. I honestly think that it was the exact same stuff that we eat here, but he said it was all German stuff. So I wanted to try it anyways. I think he just tricked me. And inside he's laughing. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get this guy fat now."
Yeah.
So I got fresh coffee. That was dope. And then we just talked about everything in regards to the business, but also farming as well. So that was pretty cool because farming season is right around the corner, and working on the strawberries is a big thing that's gonna be rolling around here. So it was mostly just fertigation, what varieties to plant, when to plant. Then I told him a bit about revenues and how the marketing happens, and along with the family struggles that we have in regards to marketing in general.
Yeah.
And first he said that you should just forget marketing. You should just do farming, right? and I was like, Tom, marketing is the vehicle that's taken these top 5 niches of Man Farms to these growth revenues.
Yeah, he's like that. He's
like,
stuck in his ways.
Wow, that's a lot of revenue.
He's stuck
He's
in
like,
his
you did it well. I was like, well, shit, we worked really hard to get to where we are, right? He's like, that's really impressive. That's really cool that you created these things and did that. And he's like, well, what's next? I was like, I want to have a farm in California and do all that. He's like, you want to have a farm in California?
Yeah.
Like, you're dumb. You're an idiot. You don't need to have a farm in California. What's wrong with you? And I explained to him about how there's no competition out there for what we do in the population densities, right? That really shook his brain a bit. He's like, the land prices are pretty low. So he's like one of those people that are just really far on one side of the freaking, I don't know, one side of the spectrum, and it takes time to pull him a little closer to you. Yeah. But at least he has the ability to, if you explain to him logically, he's able to come over.
He's empathetic.
Yeah, he's empathetic in that sense, but he has no emotions.
No, exactly.
Yeah, he's a logical person that has numbers and figures that he's based off his experiences, and he's seen that this is the direction that you should go, and he's dead set on it. You know, just like how he hasn't got married, he's hella ignorant. But if you're able to get through and have a conversation with him, and you're able to come back, he might go, not really give a shit what you have to say, right? But he's able to bring in. So that's really important.
Okay, so you talk about Tom. Tell us more about Tom. No one here knows who Tom is. If we have an audience,
Tom Bauman is my professor. I had an Agri 101 bullshit course in regards to like vegetable production or fruit production, like a general production course. He was the first professor that I had in agriculture, and I walked in, and in regards to his physical characteristics, I walked in, sat in the classroom. First off, the classroom's really old because it's old freaking UFE College on the left-hand side of the highway, not the right-hand side of the highway, in Chilliwack. And I walked into the damn classroom, which is just a connected to this old dungy hallway with the lights flickering, old freaking desk, old chairs. Sit down. Obviously, we're there a little bit early. This guy walks in, takes his stuff and slams it on the table, and he has this tooth like half falling off, stomach out to here, pretty beard, massive smile. He's like, "Oh, you guys want to take agriculture and food production, eh?" And he makes the most freaking disgusting, perverted jokes that anybody can make in front of professors and in front of people, but he says it in a way that he's trying to like just passively say it, so you can't really call him out on it, but everyone's like, whoa, what the hell did he just say, right? And then him and I got buddies, and I started making fun of him in class, and he's just one of those guys that's like, shoot the shit, right? Yeah, exactly, he loves it. And then I ended up I took some more classes, and I pursued agriculture as a career, or as education. Then he ended up sending, or providing us the opportunity to go to Holland. There was a bunch of other people, about 3 other students that went with me, as an exchange program. And through that process, we learned more about how agriculture is done in different parts of the world. But he's the one that provided the opportunity for us to go there. He also, when I came back from Holland, he made me he sponsored me, or he nominated me the advocate for the agriculture program, and that was when agriculture program was transitioning from their older building to the new building, which it is at now, which is the trade facility is at. And I had to speak in front of 200 people, and I got like a standing ovation, so that was pretty dope.
I remember that. Yeah.
And then I met a bunch of people through him, like the president of the division, all the people that work at UFE that are higher up in regards to chairman, etc. Because he's pretty important in the agriculture side of things.
Yeah.
If you heard that, he'd blow his brain out. And then, just that's who Tom is. And so he's a professor. He's a German, tall, freaking 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah.
Massive belly, not married, 50-something years old.
Yeah.
First off, when we first had a few classes in him, we learned that he wasn't married. People used to think he's gay. So, but then, because he's being like hella nice to the guys, right? What's going on here? So kind of chilled out on that aspect after learning and getting to know him. He's a great guy. And now we meet with him all the time.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the family still meets him all the time because I brought him into the store, and he got to know mom and dad, and he clicked pretty well. He helps us with consulting. He helps us with everything. He helps us with the city, any big problems that we have, which are more management and broad perspective thinking. He helps us with all that. Before the building burned down, he used to meet with us up top. Were you there?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Those meetings.
Remember that? Yeah.
Up top into the hall, and showed him around what we did. I think he really advocated for who I was and what I was doing in regards to Man Farms and my direction and what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I think that really propelled him to be a part of Man Farms, and he has been, and he's been a part of us growing into who we are now, right?
Yeah.
Really big part in regards to what direction to go to, family management. It's just more of like a consultant. He's like our consultant.
100%. Of course he is.
100%. Yeah,
he's
sure.
awesome.
He's great. So that's who Tom is, in a nutshell.
Nice. Okay, that was Monday.
That was Monday. Yeah, I met with Tom. I did a lot of shit. We went to Richie Bros auctions. We went to Tom. What else did I do? I planned out more marketing. I think I'm gonna let go of an employee for marketing. But that's just the process of hiring and firing. It's really important, and it's something that I've learned. And it's because I used to listen to Gary Vee podcasts all the time, right?
Yeah.
And through the process of listening to Gary Vee, and he'll say things, right? And you know when you're going to class and you take notes, right? But there's some things which are just really stick to you, and you don't need notes, and they always stay with you. these things happen to you when you listen to podcasts. This is exactly
Yeah.
why I like podcasts, right?
Yeah.
And the passive audio, they kind of just like click into your brain, those main things, and they always resonate with you. So there's one time he said that it's really hard to judge a character, right, in regards to hiring, and he's hired hundreds of employees, 800, thousands of employees, I guess, over his course of period of who he is. He said that one thing that you have to be really good at is letting go of employees, like firing employees. It's not about how good of a hirer you are, it's how good of a firer you are. Because
100%.
if it's those employees that you feel like you really need, or that they're a part of your company, or you have this emotional connection with them, and firing them is so difficult because you don't want to upset that person, obviously, but then you also feel like that the business won't go on. Business always goes on. You always are able to figure out a new perspective.
100%.
That happened with one of the employees that we had a couple of years ago. She was in a pretty high perspective.
Yeah.
And look at where we are on that side of things now. But then listening to him saying it made me realize that shit, I already knew that. It's things that I already know, but I need someone to kind of put it into perspective and remind me of these things that I need to know.
Yeah.
So it's because I've hired, maybe in the last couple of years, maybe 20 people or 15, 20 people. Yeah, close to 15 people in the restaurant marketing and turned them over probably the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So sometimes in interviews, I'll just get a sense of the person, and I'll forget to check the references because it's just like, wow, the person, like, really, I really into that person and really made a good connection.
Yeah.
I'm like, screw it, I'm not gonna check the references, come on in, right?
Yeah.
Made that mistake. Now this person's gotta go.
That's a big mistake.
Right?
Yeah.
Made a big mistake.
Yeah.
You always have to check references because this is good to hear from another employee's
100%.
perspective, right?
100%.
What's the big deal if you be picking up the phone call and talking to, like, yo, are you interested?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, screw that employee. You know right away, right?
Yeah.
So it's just I should have checked. 100%.
No, yeah.
So now I got to do that. And I've explored different avenues for that employee to actually shine and show their skill set. Just not seeing it. It's a lot of me holding their hand and pushing them towards the right direction. And then another thing that I learned from passive audio, Rich Dad Poor Dad, is that intelligent people hire people which are more intelligent than them.
100%. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So this person is underqualified in those perspectives, and I thought they were overqualified. Are you just staring at the camera?
No, here and there. I go back and forth.
Why you
I
trying?
don't know.
You trying to look at the people in there?
Yeah. Hi.
Okay, what's next?
So that was Tuesday. Anything else you want to talk about the week?
I don't know, man. Everything's great.
Yeah.
Life's good.
Yeah. One thing I forgot to mention for my side, on Thursday, Laurent came.
Oh yeah, how did that go? I just forget. I can't remember these
No,
things.
100%. Yeah. I read a lot of this stuff down, but I can't remember. And he's my wine consultant. He's been working with us since 2012, 2013. He's a guy from France.
Yeah.
And he's worked in the wine business a long time. 21 awards since he's been here. We won 2018 Best Fruit Wine of the Year. And
in Canada.
In Canada.
This is pretty massive.
Yeah, and we sent that wine to a best of best wine competition and won platinum.
Yeah.
Medals right there.
Next blog you should write about that.
I know, I'm down.
So write about that, and then that will give us a good understanding of what the caption should be like. You write it, I'll take a look at it. If it needs to be changed, we'll adjust it. Otherwise, we'll just send it just like that. And you don't have to write about, oh, this is that. You can write about a story about anything, and they'll understand it from the pictures.
100%.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
But okay, anyways, go ahead.
And he's been here since day one. We have done a lot of stuff together. Like, we've been here since the beginning. I've learned everything from him. He's like almost like a father figure in terms of the way how he works in terms of the wine
Sure.
side of things. He taught me a lot. He has 2 children. One's 19. His daughter's 19. His son is like grade 8. And he talks to me about them a lot. So he kind of relates that to me probably.
Sure.
And I looked at him the same way. And he's taught me a lot about like life in general. And we have long conversations. He likes to talk a lot, but I look at him as a mentor. So it's like I'm a good listener, and I use the thing he tells me.
That's good.
Right. So that's a big deal. He costs a lot, but
Ridiculous.
he's valuable. Like, he's worth it.
I guess you need the help.
He's worth it. Right? He's
I
worth
guess
it.
you need the help.
100%. Right? I need the help. Yeah. And the business has grown. Like, it's only grown. Like,
Yeah, no, he's really
right?
good.
So, and on Thursday we're talking about buying equipment. It's a big decision for us, but we need to do it. and these are big decisions, but it's just gonna grow the winery.
Can't ponder it.
Yeah, he's super pumped about it. Like online, we googled a local competitor or like a different winery in the same industry.
Sure.
We looked at the equipment they were using, and it was exactly the same type of equipment we have right now. So it kind of blew my mind that they can scale twice the size as we are, and they're using the same equipment. But in terms of us, we're scaling up.
How do you know that they're twice the size as you? Because of the numbers that they're saying that they do?
Well, I've met these people.
Yeah.
We have like a coalition. We talk about everything, and he like I know the owner pretty well, and the way he talked about it in the video, like he was telling me like how they have it set up, what they do every year.
Yeah.
So that information was open to it. The equipment they showed in the video, like it was like low equipment, like it wasn't like amazing equipment, but I assume they have better equipment.
Yeah.
Right? Because
don't you have freaking look? You know this coalition thing that you just said, right?
yeah.
Put your damn equipment. You know this coalition thing that you just said, right?
Yes.
And like you know, when we go to NAFTA, we learn these things. I go on 2 or 3 trips every year just in regards to Haunted.
Yeah.
Why don't you go on anything?
I should. It should.
No, but it opens up your mind big time. First time I went to St. Louis to go look at this thing, I was what do you call second guessing it, and I didn't really know if I should go or shouldn't go. First off, it's called Trans World, so I was like, what the hell? We're not gonna go, right? But it was a convention that's been going on for the past 30 years, and this is in one spot in St. Louis.
Yeah.
And it's massive. It takes 2 to 3 days just to go through it. In a lineup, I met people which are just like top notch, great people, and it blew my mind about how they do things, and because they're from Universal Studios or from California, they did 10,000 people a night, right? Which is
it blows
insane,
your mind.
insane.
It blows your
but
mind.
you don't see that perspective unless you go out and talk to other people in different industries that do different things.
Yeah,
and that's something that you need to do, is to go and branch off and see these things, not just in the NAFTA community, but somewhere which is more unique to wine industry, right?
I agree.
Maybe you should just pick up your phone after we're done this and put it in AFTERMA group. Do you guys go to any wine conferences? Or anybody that's specifically interested in the alcohol industry, do you guys go to any conferences every year, or do you guys go to any trade shows? Right? That's something that you should do. Because after that one that I went to in St. Louis, I went to one in November, which was right after Halloween.
Yeah.
And then that was like the first week in November, so I went there again with mom and dad, and it's usually in a different part of the world.
Yeah.
And the one that I went to was in King of Prussia. King of Prussia is the name of the city. I don't know what the hell.
What?
Yeah, I swear to God, that's what it's called. It has
the
biggest mall in America. Is there? Anyways, I forgot the name
Minnesota.
of the place. Incorrect.
No, the biggest mall, the Mall of America is
No, it's incorrect.
No.
And then I met someone. His name is Tom, and Tom's boss, his name is Phil.
Yeah.
Phil owns Twin Lakes in UK.
Yeah.
Fact check me, 100% fact check me. And Phil owns the biggest freaking amusement park in UK.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? So, Jordan Peterson, he always says that you're like 2 people removed to knowing 1 million people, right? Imagine how many people this guy knows. Imagine how many people these people know, that the connections you go on and meet.
Yeah.
And so it's all about, like, later on in life, it's always all about, not about what you know, it's about who you know. Also, the intelligence of what you know obviously
100%.
matters, because you're adding to the value, right? To the conversation between you and the other person, because you can speak to whatever you guys are in a relationship about.
Yeah.
And so Phil and I he's hella like supportive of where I am and what I'm doing, because he's like, listen, I started off at a farm too. I used to have cattle. He's like, look at me, I have the biggest amusement park in UK. He's like, it just happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just keep doing it. He's like, I started
true.
off like this. I was like, I have problems with the city. He's like, man, you gotta figure it out. And then Dave works with Phil. Remember, we met him in Australia.
Yeah.
See what I mean? That guy's a legend, right?
Yeah.
And he said he always tells me, he's like, Amiri, man, you gotta go buy a freaking carnival ride. You just gotta buy one. Just buy one.
He's like, it's $5 grand.
Just buy one.
He's like, it's $5 grand.
He's like, just buy one. Just do it. Doesn't matter to you. So you need to buy it. He keeps telling me over and over again. Can you imagine? But like then the ALC and all that. So I don't know, man. Maybe we gotta get a non-farm use and sex exemption or whatever. But
yeah. Who knows?
So that's crazy. So just going out and doing these conventions blows your mind.
Yeah.
Blows it.
No, I agree.
And like
I
when we
agree
were
with that.
studying at Ponte, not the jumping pool, the squeeze room, the pyrotechnics, the controllers, the costumes, the facades, call Dave and Phil. You have issues, call them. They're freaking professionals. The people who live through it. It's like Drew is not the neighbor, but different Drew, that the guy that blew up his hand when he was shooting a gun exploded. I don't know if you know the story or not.
No.
Anyways, he's a local farmer friend, and he wants to get into strawberries and planting strawberries, right? It's like how Phil is helping us, I'm helping Drew.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that comes through, obviously, me being open to people, me being open to ask for help, and then helping me. And then after a few years of me standing on my own feet, I'm able to help others because I understand what other people have done for me, right? It's like paying it forward.
Yes.
So you get that value as well in regards to giving back. Because like, I'm not going to charge Drew for me planting strawberries or setting it up.
No.
Right? Or providing my advice, right? Because obviously shit that we've done. Remember when we used to freaking have strawberries right there on the it was like 10 rows?
1136.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
right here. Strawberries in the freaking plastic. We're crossing the road. And remember I was in Holland and you take the tractor and you hook it up and you turn it on and pump water into it, and we never had an irrigation system there.
I remember, yeah.
So it's a
That was
long
good-
way
that was a
coming
good
to
time.
where we are
That was a
now.
good time.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
that's how we made a name in the farmers markets for having really good strawberries.
Yeah.
Like sometimes we'd have really, really good strawberries. I think
That's
the doors
true.
open
It's true.
because of that, right? Because no one
Yeah.
else would have it.
Yeah.
Insane,
No,
right?
I agree. That's
Right?
just scaling. This is like,
That's scaling.
yeah.
It's scaling the unscalable.
It's scaling, and it's like, at the moment you think like it's impossible to be where you are,
Yeah,
and you look back at it as like shit.
yeah,
And then in like 10 years you're gonna think the same thing.
yeah. No, it's always so hard to do things for the first time.
100%.
So hard.
100%. Yeah.
Some fun festival that we're gonna do. It's gonna be hard to do this.
Yeah.
And I'm wrapping my brain around it, and I haven't really come to the conclusion of us that how we're gonna do it, but we have to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to talk to mom. The mom's probably gonna kick me in the pants. It's like, yo, listen, you're getting late, and I'm probably gonna end up doing it.
Yeah.
So that I guess I just push it off. Even I just did an application yesterday for the special event permit for the Haunted Corn Maze, and dude, it asks for like you do the application and you ask like, are you gonna have this? Yes or no? And then it says, do you know that you need to have these things? If you click yes, it says, do you know that you need to have this certification from the certification body? And then you have to click yes, right? Or it doesn't let you go to the next step. So it's just saying that, listen, you're going to send this application and we're going to ask for all these things in return. Yeah. So I sent it in and I got an automatic prompt back saying that I have to have 10 other applications filled out before I might even get this damn thing done.
Nice.
So
That's
it's just
good you're
ridiculous.
starting now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's ridiculous.
Yeah. But
then it also comes back to just like what you're saying, you don't know where you're going to be until you do it, right? So you don't have to be great to it's not about you don't have to be great to start, you have to start to be great.
Yeah.
But then also again, stepping back to the initial conversation about having good employees around you who are actually passionate about what you do and where you're going, because you can't do all this shit.
That's true.
No way. So there's obviously areas within the business which I want people to help us with, like for example the marketing. I can talk to that specifically because I live and breathe it.
Yeah.
But it's like I want someone to help us with posting for social media. But then again, I'm listening to Gary V's podcast yesterday, right? He's like, I post everything on social media.
I know.
I do it all.
I know.
He's like, nobody else posts anything on social media on Instagram for him. He posts every single post. But obviously, there's people who actually curate the content and get it ready for him to go.
No, it's true.
Right?
It's
so
true.
it's a system that he has in place. And then because people ask him, like, how do you do that then? He's like, when I'm pooping. So it's like whenever I have time, that's when I post it.
Yeah.
Because there's a reason why you guys get a piece of content from me from 8:30 to 9 because I'm in the car, right? Like going from one place to the next. Because that's he uses time wisely, so he doesn't drive. He gets someone to drive him.
Of course. Yeah, like I was listening to this podcast yesterday too.
Yeah.
He's like, what I did before my keynote, I put up like a description, and I literally went, or he put it on Twitter, and he literally went through all the comments, and he looked at specific people who had specific comments, and did it for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
And then he called all the people out. Like, in like, saying, like, he's a psychopath.
No, I don't think he's a psychopath. I think there's a psychology behind it.
Yeah.
So there's hella psychology that he's really good at.
Yeah.
Because from the beginning he said that he's always looking at when he used to have lemonade stands. I don't know if this shit's true or not. Obviously, it probably is.
Yeah.
But when he used to have lemonade stands, he used to always think about where there was so much traffic, where he should put up signs, right? So his user behavior, psychology of what people are thinking and what they're going into people's brains that everybody does, the patterns like I was talking towards, and he's just really empathetic towards the customers
That's true.
that he's trying to cater towards.
That's true.
And being really empathetic, you're able to obviously think from their perspective, and when you're able to think from their perspective, you're able to get on their level and provide them value to what they think that what you think that they are most interested in.
Yeah.
Right. That's it. It's like he's able to have a conversation with you without even having a conversation with you.
Yeah.
That's what he's really good at. So that's really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, dude. That's pretty much it.
Nice.
Yeah. What else?
Okay. What else?
I don't know.
Interesting.
This is where it's awkward moment of silence.
We'll cut this out.
Maybe you can, maybe you shouldn't.
Who knows?
I don't know. It's pretty dope.
We're gonna talk about.
A lot of things are getting done, and a lot of things still need to get done.
Yeah.
In regards to this year, so this is the busy time of year for us to get everything ready before the final deadline.
That's true.
And like last year was different because Easter moves every year. So last year it was March 31st when Easter was.
Yeah.
And this year we have 3 more weeks because Easter lands on the weekend of the 19th.
Yeah.
So we have 3 more weeks to get shit done. But last year when we were doing this stuff, we didn't have Noah Sol, we only had Francisco.
Yeah.
Right? And it was so freaking difficult to get things done. We didn't even do things. So this year we really have to hunker our boots down and get things done. And some of the biggest changes that I think that are going to take some time are going to be getting the petting zoo and play area ready and making sure that's up to par. Having better enclosures for the animals.
Yeah.
Getting the freaking farm looking beautiful again, and providing that place where people are interested to come and spend a season's pass on, right? Because our objective is to obviously get a season's pass this year opposed to 7-day admission.
Yeah.
And so that's a big struggle.
You know, Mom sold like a farmly package, a few farmly packages.
We sold a couple farmly packages online.
Yeah.
Yeah, we sold.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
$140.
She sold a $90 family package.
Yeah.
And she sold a $130 one too.
130 or 140?
140? I don't know.
140.
Something
140,
like
yeah. We sold a couple online too.
Yeah.
So that's pretty dope.
That's lit.
That's pretty dope, yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
I don't know, it's pretty cool. I think a lot of people buying more early bird prices package tickets as well.
Yeah.
So that should probably be sold out, and then people are gonna have to purchase their regular admission.
Yeah.
Maybe that will urge people a bit to purchase whatever with the family packages.
The breakfast idea, like we never used to do that. We did it last year for
Mom got it from Afterma.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mom got it from Afterma. Yeah.
So
100%.
Yeah.
Or breakfast Santa. Remember Santa's breakfast or whatever?
Yeah.
I think same type of thing. Because we used to do it before when we used to have the other building. We used to Mother's Day breakfast.
Yeah.
We did it upstairs a couple times.
Yeah.
So same type of perspective.
No, that Mother's Day breakfast was pretty awesome. Like that one sold out because it was just breakfast, Mother's Day breakfast. You know?
When we did that, it was sold out?
It was sold out. Yeah, it was packed. I remember that. I was the bartender, and it was packed.
Yeah, we used to bartend with no freaking understanding what the hell we're doing.
No, not at all.
Like, it's just those things that used to help you how much to pour.
Yeah.
We used to make up shit up on the go.
Like I was talking to this about my friends, right? I'm like, I need to hire like 5 people to do tastings every weekend. And like, why don't you hire the older people, like they already know their shit? Yeah. I'm like, because 95% of the consumers who drink wine don't know shit about the wine. And if you can literally memorize 2 or 3 things about the wine, you're seen as an expert.
Yeah.
That's why we did 70 to 100 tastings last November and December, and we did so well. All the tasters were like my age or younger, and they didn't shit all about the wine.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to like, I'm just speaking about the bartending. Didn't know shit about the wine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah.
But I don't know. I think that we should have a meeting tomorrow, right, with Mom and Dad.
Yeah.
In the family meeting that we always have. So we should have a meeting, a business meeting. And then next week we can talk about business strategy and where our direction is.
I agree.
Is that cool?
I agree.
Should we cut this podcast off?
Up to you.
Or you usually don't know how podcasts end because I never listen to the whole thing.
Oh, they usually end, right? And there's like an ad at the end.
Oh, is there?
Once you get your sponsors up, there you go.
Exactly.
Serving that money.
Yeah.
All right, this is finished podcast number 2.
All right.
Time to get to work.
Yeah. You know how we just started from like scratch?
Yeah.
How do we structure it?
What do you mean?
Like, do you want to just do this like every week or just like?
Structure the podcast?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I kind of got to put it out and I have to have maybe a survey
Yeah.
and ask people's advice in regards to what they liked, what they didn't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that something that you've seen in the past?
Yeah, usually people like for me and my brothers, when we talk about MMA, that's strictly like, because there's only one thing we can talk about. The latest
Yeah.
news, the fights that are going on. It's pretty vague.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with you guys have a lot of shit you can talk about, right?
Yeah.
So in that aspect, yeah, I guess it's just gaining data and seeing what people give a shit about and what people are like, I'm skipping through or whatever.
Sure.
But yeah, just stuff like that. Just making sure that you guys have a topic or whatever, how you want to go about, what points you want to hit, and then that's about it.
Definitely.
And you can, that could be like a thing, like every week on the podcast we're going to talk about these 3 topics, right? Or you can do like every podcast is a little bit different, has a different topic, but at least you have points you want to hit, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm okay with just doing what we're doing now. It's more of a sense of documenting. Leave it on record if you
Okay.
can. Yeah. It's more of a sense of
Yeah.
documenting and us talking about what happens on a regular basis, opposed to us saying, "Oh shit, we have to talk about this.
Yeah.
What am I going to talk about now? I can't. I'm done with ideas in this perspective."
Yeah.
And then I want to switch categories.
Yeah.
I'm fine with the direction that we're going right now.
Okay,
Just seeing what
perfect.
this go towards.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of our conversations are more related to what our perspectives are in the business.
Yes.
And they're more strategy, business.
Yeah, the last 2 have definitely
Right?
been about that.
Yeah.
And it's good conversation. Like an hour's worth of
I just
talking.
yeah, we can
is
keep
perfect.
talking. We can
Yeah,
keep talking
we
about it,
could,
no problem.
we could,
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
So that's fine. I think that if we just kind of go down that path and see what happens, and then this podcast, I know you're saying this podcast can be really related towards Man Farms and we can do some
Yeah.
plugging, etc. But I really feel like that we should be talking more about quality, and providing the people who are interested in listening to us the right type of content. And we just kind of stick to what we are interested in talking about.
Yeah.
And we just talk about those
And
things.
that's fine too,
Right?
right?
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
have to do the whole series thing like I mentioned.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
if you want to.
Yeah.
But you guys are just talking, having a conversation, and shooting the shit, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is good too, because there's going to be a shit ton of people that are interested in that
Yeah.
too, right?
Exactly.
So there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But like whatever you feel like you want to put out there and gain from it yourselves,
For sure.
that's what you guys should stick with, right?
Yeah.
You guys don't have to form it any way you guys don't want it.
100%. Just like you're talking about in regards to the maybe people who might be interested in this. Maybe those people who are not interested in this might not be the Man Farms demographic, but they might be the Amir's personal brand or my
Yes.
brother's personal brand, right?
Yeah.
And then that might be a perspective which we go
100%,
towards.
yeah.
I'm just saying there's different avenues, there's different ways to look at it. I think if there's something natural happening, there's no reason to disrupt that. That's all I'm
Exactly.
saying. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was just throwing out ideas if you guys want.
No,
to go
of
down a
course.
certain path.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
based off your experiences, what you've seen in the past.
Yeah, because there's some people that, like I do one guys and they talk about the cannabis industry, right? And they have different guests every time and they talk about like, CBD oils or whatever it is. But it's always one topic, which is cannabis, right?
Very
and
interesting,
that episode, they always have like, okay, we're going to talk about, because this one guy does like crazy joints and rolls like 100 rolling papers and like this big joint. So they talk about that, and
Yeah.
so like, it's fun. But they have like, okay, this is what we're going to touch on. They have a script.
Yeah.
But you guys don't. But like,
Yeah.
it's still fine. It's
Yeah,
still
yeah,
good
yeah,
content, right?
Yeah.
You don't need to have a script sometimes. You don't need to come in here.
Creating the script.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
script is getting created right
Yeah,
now.
and like
yeah.
for instance, like the best, like one of the best to do, Joe Rogan, right? He just goes in there with a guest and
Shoot the shit.
asks a question and
Yeah.
ask.
Sure.
Next thing you know, like obviously when
Cool.
he brings in Alex Jones, they're talking about conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
But like, it's
Cool. Yeah, no, wicked. Excellent.
yeah, being
Yeah.
fly on the wall here. It's good conversation. You guys, there's no like dead air time, which we
Wicked.
call it, which is like just like time where you're just like, okay, like
What the
here
hell
we
we
go.
talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
I mean, there's that funny part where you guys are like, okay, dead air time, which I'll keep in. And
Yeah,
try to make it funny.
Well, this is
And
cool.
then
This is cool. Even this portion of the podcast, hopefully the mic picked it up.
Yeah.
It gives a perspective of the listeners of where we are in our journey and what we're doing.
Yeah.
And I think that you should probably leave it in.
Okay.
I think it's just a
Yeah.
cool, different perspective. If people make it this far, they might appreciate what they're listening to.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
holy shit. Like, these guys, because some of the people in Abbotsford listening to it, maybe they have inspired to be a podcast. These guys are just trying this, and it's really raw.
Yeah.
And that rawness and that documenting, and I'm down for it.
Okay.
Just let it go.
Yep.
I'm fine with it, yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wicked. I feel like this was much more, so let's sign off. So, thank you guys for listening. This is Amir. I'm signing off.
Thank you. Cheers.
See you guys next week.
Yeah.
Cheers.